sky went black at mid-daylight, no warning in the air. The gulls flew low, the dogs grew still, salt thickened everywhere. The boats were small against the swell, like splinters in its jaw. The sea does not forget at that, it keeps a harsher law. I felt it move beneath my ribs before the thunder spoke. The north does not arrive with fire, it comes in rising smoke. No bell was rung, no flag was raised, only the tide unchained. Stormbound, we do not run. Stormbound, we stand. If the sea wants blood and bone, it will take it from our hands. Stormbound, lift your eyes, let the black waves climb. We were born where storms are crowned, we are stormbound. Split wide beneath the weight of water turned to rage. The cliffs began to speak in cracks like prophets sold with age. A mother held her child to chest, no tear would leave her skin. In the north we do not beg the wind, we breathe it in. The lightmen tore the dark in half, white scars across the bay. But even thunder knows our names and cannot wash away. No knees in sand, no plea for calm, only the breath of the coming home. Stormbound, we do not break. Stormbound, we rise. If the sea devours the shores, will not take our eyes. Stormbound, hold the flame through the salt and brine. We were carved by colder hands, we are stormbound. See if you must, take the weak word first, take the loose stone, take the unversed, but leave the spine, leave the will, leave the ones who stand here still. You can split the mast, you can drown the sound, but you will never bend the storm. Let it roll, let it fall. If the black sky splits in two, we will outlive it all. Hard to wave by the sky, we were not made to fear the deep, we were made to defy. Remember this, carve it in the ground. The sea may roll the open world, but we are wind and bone, salt and land, the storm moves on. We There is a path between two peaks where snow lies hard and thin. No tree will grow, no bird will nest, no summer enters in. They walk that road with steady breath, with iron at their side, and no songs are sung upon that climb, no tears are ever cried. I wait where stone meets open sky, with fire against the cold. I see the faces of the brave before they turn to old. No feast behind, no promise ahead, only the path the living tread. At the pass of no return, I mark them with the flame, not for glory, not for gold, but so I know their name. At the pass of no return, where earth and sky divide, I do not bless their victory, I bless the step they stride. Youngest son with father's blade too heavy for his hand. He would not meet his mother's eyes, but still he chose to stand. A woman wrapped in wolf gray fur, with braids of frost and bold. She did not speak of fear or death, she feared the walk alone. I pressed my palm to each cold brow and breathed into the air. The north does not forgive the weak, but it remembers care. No horn will call, no shield will shine, only the wind across the spine. At the pass of no return, I mark them with the flame. If the mountain takes their blood, it will not take their name. At the pass of no return, where silence stands so wide, I do not beg the gods above, I stand on either side. Odin, you watch from higher stone. You choose, you claim, you see, but they are more than swords to lift. They breathe before they bleed. If they fall beyond my sight, if snow becomes their shroud, let the sky remember this: they were not bowed. No warrior walks that frozen line without a human cause. No god may count them one by one as numbers to be lost. At the pass of no return, the fire still burns bright for those who crossed into the storm and vanished from our sight. At the pass of no return, I stand where worlds divide. I do not weep, I do not kneel, I keep the northern side. Snow on stone, breathe in air, they walk beyond, I remain there. The dawn came pale across the bay, smoke still in the beams, their cups untouched upon the boards, salt dried in silver seams. They marched before the tide had turned, no blessing from the fire, just iron weight and steady breath and something like desire. I washed the blood from one torn cloak, not asking whose it was. The sea returns what it decides, not what it does. No doors were closed, no cries were thoughts were raised all in the wind through unlit days, where the helmets lie in empty rows and swords grow cold with rust. I call them back by childhood names because I must. Where the helmets lie in empty rows and the north stands hard and still, I lift my voice not to defy, but stronger than the will. How then do you mark the wives as sharply as the slain? Do you count the quiet grief or only count the gain? If your halls are bright with fire, let them hear us breathe. No warrior walks to glory whole, no God may leave. They were not numbers in the mist, not shadows to be stored. They had hands that held this earth before they held a sword. Where the helmets lie in empty rows and the rafters know their tread, I stand between the smoke and dawn and guard the living and the dead. Where the helmets lie in empty rows and the sea repeats their tone, I do not kneel, I do not break, I keep them as my own. The fire burns low, the benches bare their iron sleeps. I am still The shore was black with broken oars, salt in wounds in hair and breath. They dragged the boats like wounded beasts back from the mouth of death. She counted heads, not ships, not gold. The sea can keep the rest. The north remembers what it takes to pass this test. No songs tonight, no victory fight. There are ashes under snow, names the ravens know. We don't speak them loud, but we carry them home. There are ashes under snow, every oath we broke. If the gods are listening, they already know. The storm still lives inside her chest. Even when the wind is gone, she learns to walk with missing hearts and still move on. The shields are stacked, the blood is dry, the night is calm too calm. That's when the north begins to wake and sing its song. No hands to raise, no one to blame. There are ashes under snow, names the ravens know. We don't carve them stone by stone, we carry them home. There are ashes under snow in the sometimes what survives is grief. There are ashes under snow, still they glow, not as flame, but as vow. We don't beg, we don't pray, we endure another day. There are ashes under snow, this is how the North stays sea is quiet, we are not. Night leans low on the harbor stone, cold in the ribs I stand alone. Tar on the rope, salt on my skin, listening where the dark begins. They sailed beyond the silver line, where sky and iron intertwine. No farewell feast, no final word, only the wing of a watching bird. The tide goes out, the stars grow thin. If they still breathe, let the flame begin. Light the fire on the water, let it burn high, let it rise. If they're fighting through the darkness, let it reach their eyes. Light the fire on the water, higher, higher still. If the sea would take them from us, let it fight our will. Widows stand along the pier, no one speaks of fear. We do not break, we do not fall, we face the blackened wall. My mother says the sea has ears, it listens close for doubt. So I will not give it tears, I will not put the fire out. The wind cuts deep, the night grows wild. If they still stand, protect my child. Light the fire on the water, let it climb the sky. If their shields are cracked and bleeding, do not let them die. Light the fire on the water, hold it to the storm. If the cold will claim their heartbeats, keep made warm. Oh, didn't you see the waves unfold? You count the brave, you count the bold, but count the ones who keep the flame, who whisper every name. If halls are bright, then let them know we burn below, we burn below. Light the fire on the water, let it tear the night. If they are lost between the worlds, be their light. Light the fire on the water, let the until they come